Hello and welcome. My name's Super Saiyan and this is your weekly Saturday news and pre-order video covering all of the Forge World and Games Workshop releases and their news and such. Apologies for all of the old videos in the past couple of weeks. There have been some newer videos dotted about, but I'm moving house at the moment, so things are going to be a bit disjointed for a while. My internet is supposed to be solid on I think Tuesday next week, so it should be back to normal and it'll be faster and the channel will just improve from that, because I'm going to be doing some streaming as well once I get everything set up, so you've got all that to look forward to. So thank you for all your patience for all the old videos and things. Let's get straight into the news straight away. So the Warhammer community, it broke kind of Sunday, not the community broke, but the kind of news. Meet the Dominus class Knight. There's been some previews and things on other websites, but the new Imperial Knights are here. They're up for pre-order today. I'm going to do a big section about them and look through all their options and things a little bit later on in the video. But they are here. They are upon us less than a month from the Warhammer Fest, where there were no Imperial Knights to be seen. Games Workshop are now just thrust them upon us. So imagine what's around the corner in a couple of months. Imagine that there's been no leaks or anything like that. Imagine what they've got ready for us. That may well be the case for Sisters of Battle as well. But anyway, the Knights. So there are two types. You can't make both of these new Knights. The Castellan, this one here, which seems to be the Dakar or more shooty version, longer range. It's got a mini volcano cannon and a 48-inch range plasma cannon. You can't make the Castellan and the Valiant, which is this one, the shorter ranged one, with this ridiculous, basically it's like a harpoon, but it's just, the rules are just so immense. You can't make both of them in the same set, which kind of sucks, because I was hoping that there'd be one sprue that would have all four of the big weapons on, because everything else is exactly the same. You could still have two lots of these shield breaker missiles or whatever in the set. They both look like they're walking forward with their right foot, which again kind of sucks. I don't know about the posability of both of these in terms of that, but yeah, two different sets. £100 though, which I think is only £5 more than your normal Warden or whatever it is. So actually it's a steal, I think. The older Knights are what, £10 cheaper, £85 I think they are, and these ones are £5 more than the smaller, less equipped Knights. So anyway, yeah, that's the big news here, that the Knights were revealed last week Sunday. I will be doing a separate video tomorrow. I know it's the typically non-Warhammer related video tomorrow, but I think it's worth me going through these rules and things. Should have actually done it sometime this week, but you've got Plasma Decimator, which is this 48-inch range plasma weapon, heavy 2d6. Volcano Lance, like a little volcano cannon, 80 inches, strength 14, damage 3d3. A conflagration cannon, which is 3d6 and it automatically hits, and it's a strength 7, AP -2, 18-inch like flamer. The Thunder Coil Harpoon, oh my lord, strength 16, AP -6, and damage of 10. Wow. Siege Breaker Cannons, yeah, 48-inch range auto cannons basically, but heavy 2d3. Shield Breaker Missiles, get rid of your invulnerable saves right there with a strength 10, 48-inch range one-use missile. And then you've got all these other like little things to choose from, these stratagems, but I'll be going through this in a separate video tomorrow anyway. But I thought I'd just touch upon the news of the new Dominus class Knight. Then they had this Blitzmania coverage. You had South Coast Grand Tournament results, Ask the Author Guy Haley, some rules preview for Artifacts of the Realm, a Middle Earth at Nova Open, Imperial Knights building your champion. I found this quite interesting actually, because they go on to talk about the Warlord traits and how they can bump up your Imperial Knight force. Inquisitor. Still haven't got my code. I think there's been a bit of delay, but hopefully I'll get that next week when I get the internet, and then I can play it and go through it with you guys. Skulls for the Skull Throne, and Faction Focus for Beastclaw Raiders. Codexes, Kings and Corridors, the UK Games Expo. I think this was, yeah, so the nice preview of Codex Space Wolves and Codex Orcs, which will be the new codexes, coming soon, apparently. And also something for Genestealer Cults, this handsome chap here. So yeah, so there's more Xenos news, so hopefully there'll going to be some more Genestealer Cult models, because they are pretty fantastic. And then Age of Sigmar, you've got the Craven King, Shadespire, you've got some more cool stuff, and Necromunda, this is the new gang. Finally they're releasing pictures of the models here. Look pretty decent, so I like that weapon. Some kind of RPG crossbow. And this guy's got a Molotov, and this guy's got a ball on a chain, like blunderbuss with harpoons. I really like their aesthetic. I think, is that a candle on that guy's shoulder? Enhance. I don't know, but it kind of looks like a candle on that guy's shoulder. Anyway, yeah, it's got to be a candle on that guy's shoulder. No way. Anyway, Middle Earth, Lord of the Rings, and so on. So that's that. It's a nice little preview there, and then role models, this comic thing that they're doing too. So yeah, fair bit of news. Biggest news obviously was the Imperial Knights. Hopefully it won't be too long until we get a bit of a preview for maybe a couple of orc models, new orc models. There might be a new Space Wolf model, but you know, like a character or something. But I don't think that they're going to refresh Space Wolves at all. I think they're going to have the Codex, and they might have one or two models. But orcs, I'm hoping that there'll be new orc boys, a bigger orc knight kind of thing, and possibly some kind of Gargant thing, but we'll see. Okay, so that's all the news. Let's hop on over to Forge World, where yes, finally, I'm so pleased. There are lots and lots of I've been waiting for this for ages. Where is it? Yes, this is it. More Last Chance to Buy. You've been waiting for this, ladies and gentlemen. The third or fourth week of Last Chance to Buy. This time, all of the Dreadnoughts get a kick up the arse, because, you know, as if Dreadnoughts weren't amazing and fantastic enough, Forge World, in their infinite wisdom, and I can sometimes be a bit negative towards Games Workshop and Forge World, because most of the time I'm really positive, but I think this is just terrible. Really terrible. And it couldn't come at a worse time. You've got Imperial Knights, which have just now dropped for pre-order. Nobody's going to be buying all of these things if they've got the money set aside for Imperial Knights. Adeptus Titanicus could be within the next month. And then you've got the Orc stuff and Gorka Morka possibly. You know, I really wanted yesterday, I had to sort of bite my tongue not to get an Ironclad Dreadnought, or try and get a Grey Knights Dreadnought, or a couple of bits and bobs for the arms. You know, I really had to bite my tongue, but I did, because now I've got the money to buy all the Imperial Knights stuff. But it's a shame if they're never going to make these models again, because that Ironclad Dreadnought is amazing, and the Chaplain Dreadnought, which I've got, is amazing too. You know, I can't recommend these enough, and it's just a real shame that they're on Last Chance to Buy. And I hope Forge World sort themselves out and are able to you know, make these again at some point. Change the molds, change the packaging, change the instructions, create them on CAD. I hope they do. I really do. But anyway, so that's the Last Chance to Buy, which really sucks. And yeah, Leaky Cheese has made a couple of videos about the Last Chance in depth. Definitely recommend his channel. Go and check that out, and check out what he's got to say about it. But the real star of the show this week to pre-order, which you could pick up in person at the Warhammer Fest a month ago, is Alpharius. Let's have a look at him, because finally he's on here to pre-order. £75, not too bad. He is a character series model, so he's got stunning detail, fully resin. I think Simon's designed him, but look at this model, just absolutely stunning. I mean, even if you don't want to use him as Alpharius and you just want to use him as a Praetor or something like that, where is it written that you can't do that? you know, just have him as a praetor or something. He's such a cool looking model with this spear thing, and he's spearing a space wolf too. So you obviously don't get that Alpha Legion Space Marine, but yeah, lovely looking model, £75. It's one of these ones where you get the special base as well, so you just slot that base onto the bigger base. Yeah, I don't know why he's got this bodyguard of is it Lernian Terminators around him when he's just executing the Space Wolf. He could do that without them, but anyway, so that's Alpharius, finally up for pre-order. You've got the Lernian Terminators here, £60 for the 5, but again, very specific looking models, lovely. Not sure on the colour scheme, they look really blue in this, but then you look at that picture and they're a little bit better, but yeah, lots of decent weaponry. Look at that, those Volcat weapons and the beamer, horrific. I love the axes, I love the curved kind of helmets, lots of serpent iconography and things on. If you're into Alpha Legion, yeah, definitely pick up a squad or 2 squads of these. They look incredible. So they're there for £60. You got an Alpha Legion Headhunter team. They got these funky looking bolt guns, I have to say. Look at these with the magazines as well. Again, interesting. How can I enhance? Interesting sort of serpent teeth around the helmet, especially that guy and that guy. Sort of orc-esque as well, especially with green. But yeah, some teeth there. Yeah, look really, really cool. And there are 10 of those. And I think you just get the plastic 10 Horus Heresy Mark 4 armour. And then you get all the Alpha Legion shoulder pauldrons and the accessories and the helmets and the torsos and the bolters as well. You actually get resin bolters, which is brilliant. So yeah, that's they can be yours for £72. And then you've got Scales of the Hydra, which just has the Primarch and the Alpha Legion. And yeah, unfortunately you don't save any money there. Normally you do, but you don't if you want to buy all of those in a set. But stunning looking models, great showpiece for your army. They've got a new Warhammer Fest coming up. As if the one in May wasn't enough, they're doing another one in August. So this one, let's have a look. Oh, sorry, yeah. Also for pre-order, you've got the Alpha Legion doors, both for the Demos Rhino, the normal Rhino, and the Land Raider. They look pretty decent. They're normal prices as well, £14 for the Rhino, and then a tenner for the Demos. It's about right. Would have been nice if they were £5, like £2.50 each, but it is what it is. And this Europe Warhammer Fest is in Germany. It's in Dusseldorf, Saturday the 18th of August. No, I won't be going there unless Forge World post me a ticket and pay for expenses and stuff. I definitely am not going to be flying over to Dusseldorf. So if you are in Europe, that's great. I strongly recommend you go, because the one in the UK in Coventry last month was great. Because it's in August, I'm hoping that there's going to be lots of orcs there as well, and there'll be the Imperial Knights and there'll be Adeptus Titanicus, so I think there'll be more new stuff than the one in the UK, which kind of sucks for us here, but hey, that means that you guys in Europe are going to be getting a great event. So there's that event too. And finally, let's jump on over to Games Workshop. Oh my word, the Imperial Knights have landed. I've pre-ordered pretty much everything, so stay tuned for the channel next weekend on Saturday. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that all the stuff will arrive by then. Then I can unbox it all and show you. If it doesn't arrive, hey, it's not the end of the world. I'll probably get it on the Monday, and because it's light out, I'll be doing lots of videos on the Monday night and giving you all the content. So no big deal if all the stuff doesn't come on Saturday. It would be nice though if it does, and we'll see. So pre-orders, we'll view all, and we'll go for high to low, and we'll have a gander at all of this. So I don't think this saves you any money. It's £270 for pretty much all the Imperial Knight new releases. Now it says here that you get for £270 you're getting 4 models and some scenery. You get a set of 2 Armiger Helverins. Not a huge fan of those weapons, both the look and I'm not sure about the rules. Obviously you haven't got the the codex, so I don't know what the rules are for them, but not a huge fan of them. I much prefer the one with the cleavers, the Reaper cleavers, or whatever they're called. You get a Knight Valiant, you get a Knight Castellan, which is completely at ends of this picture. I don't know who did this picture, but you could have just photoshopped the Valiant there, because this looks like you're just getting 2 Castellans, and you don't get 2 Castellans. You get a Valiant and a Castellan and a Sector Mechanicus Sacristan Forge Shrine, which just looks like a repackaged version of the Sector Mechanicus scenery that was there before. I think the only thing different is you just get this little crane thing and this thing here, this hub. That's it. I can't see anything extra. That skull thing has been around before, this magma core thing, and the piping has been around before. I was expecting more cranes, more grimdark stuff. The platform probably the same, and the support's probably the same, and the gantry, but I was expecting just more things being attached and stuff, because as it is, other than this little crane, how do you take the weapons off the Knight? How do you refurbish the Knight? Where's the cleaning sponges and the muck off? How do you clean it? Because these Knights, you look at the pictures Games Workshop produced, these aren't battle worn at all. They're perfect. They're fresh coat of paint, everything. Anyway, so yeah, odd picture, bit of misinformation. I don't like to use that word, but it is false. I say false advertising? No, it is false. Definitely is. Even though they're the same price, you're not getting 2 Castellans. You are getting Castellan and a Valiant. So yeah, if you're looking for an all shooty group of Knights, this isn't it, because you get your Castellan, your 2 Helverins, and you actually get a Valiant too. So just be wary of that. Imperial Knights Renegade, £120. That definitely saves you a fair bit of money from buying the Knights separately. Be wary though. I think you only get 2 Imperial Knight kits, 1 Warden upgrade frame. So you get you essentially get 1 Warden, which normally is £95, and then 1 normal Imperial Knight. Hang on, Knight Warden. Yeah, so I'm right with my pricing then. So you do get a normal Imperial Knight, which is £85, and a Warden, which is £95. So that is £180 already, not including the scenery, the rules, the dice, everything like that. So just from getting this set, you are saving yourself £60, which is incredible when you think about it. So they've brought this Renegade kit back, £120, absolute steal, even though you're getting just 1 normal Knight and a Warden, still saving you a fair bit of money. It's a good way for Games Workshop to sell all their old Paladin kits too. Then we come to the new pre-orders. I said before, I'll be going through both of these Imperial Knights, the rules, what they've released so far, and things tomorrow in their own special video. But this is the new Knight Castellan. It's a new Dominus class of Imperial Knight, and it's really the shooty version of the 2. Its current loadout, you've got the shield breaker missiles, and you've got these, and you've got the siege breaker cannons. Very, very decent. Lots of output. It's got 2 plasma cores in there. I mean, I counted up the weapons, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weapons on this thing, and you've got 1 Knight pilot. So he must just have 1 big red button on his console, fire all weapons at once, because a Warhound Scout Titan, the smallest Titan that they do, only has 2 weapons. There are many combinations of weapons, but typically it'd have a Vulcan Mega Bolter and a Plasma Blast Gun. Plasma Blast Gun takes power from its power plant anyway, and the Vulcan Mega Bolter has solid ammunition. But even a Warhound Titan has a Princeps and 2 Moderati. It has a Tech Priest, maybe even 2 Tech Priests, and it has 2 weapon-slaved servitors as well. So you're already talking about 6 crew minimum. So 6 crew for 2 weapons for a Scout Titan, and 1 crew for this thing that has 7 weapons. Yeah, either the technology has improved greatly, or there's something to do with the machine spirit, or something to do with the connection between the pilot and the war machine. But yeah, well, for me anyway, it raises a load of questions. You know, how one person can operate and function with all of these weapons, their trajectories, the calculations needed, the ammunition, the overheating, the aiming, incoming fire, power levels, thresholds, limits, everything that you can possibly think of. It's a tough one. It really is a tough one. But lots of nice pictures of it. You've got one without the helmet. Looks a bit Necronish. There's this lovely volcano weapon as well, called the Volcano Lance, and then it's got the Plasma Decimator, and that's a size comparison. It's a little bit bigger than a normal Imperial Knight, and that's the box, and there's the sprue. So as you can see, no way of having the Valiant and the Castellan in one box, because you've got for some reason you've just got the armour plating, and even the head there, or the helmet, with the Plasma Decimator and the Volcano weapon all as one sprue. I kind of thought that you'd have two sprues for the body and the legs. The legs look, and some of the armour pieces, so you probably got two of those sprues in there, probably one of those sprues. I thought that the weapons would be their own separate sprue. I think they could fit all four weapons on one sprue, but for some reason they didn't choose to do that, and they've got two sets, which brings me on to the Valiant. So that's the Castellan, this is the Valiant, so same price, £100. Let's have a look at this. So yeah, the Valiant, same amount of money. They've just equipped this one with the Siegebreaker cannon and the Siegebreaker missiles, 4 of them, and this is more of the close quarters one. So instead of the Reaper chainsword or fist, you've now got this harpoon weapon, extremely damaging weapon, probably one of the most damaging weapons in the entire game now. And you've got this ridiculous flamer cannon, conflagration cannon, or whatever it's called, again with the 2 plasma cores in there, 2 power plants. So yeah, really stocky knight, looks incredible. And let's see how that. So look, same loadout. Look, you got the 2 weapons on this same sprue, and the 2 weapons on this same sprue for the body. The head or helmet is there for some reason, and you've got the hips and the torso. You've got a nice transfer sheet. So yeah, that's the Valiant, with the Thunder Coil harpoon and the conflagration cannon. £100 again. So they're the 2 big releases this weekend for pre-order. You've still got the Easy Build Primaris, which weren't really pre-order. You've got the Quest Store collection, which just has the datasheet cards, which are pretty good. I like the fact that they're doing these now. I don't know whether they've done them before. You've got the dice, the limited edition codex, and the actual cards themselves for £82.50. Easy Build Death Guard collection. That's great that they've got that separately too. And then you've got the Essentials collection, which just instead of the Collector's Edition Codex, you've just got the normal Codex. The Collector's Edition Codex is £50, and the actual Codex for Imperial Knights is £25. Let's have a look at this special edition. So it's got this lovely bit of artwork, this new bit of artwork here, look, just cut out of the a blue version of the Valiant, with Shieldbreaker cannons as well. So not a Castellan as their poster child on the front cover for that. 120 pages, so it's no slouch. It's a decent size codex. How many data sheets do you get then? I can't see it. Maybe I'm overlooking it, but I can't see it there. Number of data sheets. Interesting. Okay, it might be in the normal one, but that's that one for £50. The collector's edition has nice looking pages, and a page keeper as well, and soft touch cover as always. These are the Armiger Helverins. Not a huge fan of the weapon, you know, the way, the aesthetics of the weapons. I don't like this blast shield thing. I understand why it's there, but it doesn't really cover anything as much, and I'm not a big fan of the muzzle brakes. It's just your normal armature knight, smaller knight, but with these armature autocannons. You know, so take that as you will. Just a very small version of a knight compared to the normal one. But yeah, I pre-ordered them as well, so we'll see what they look like. Okay, so that's the armature Helverins, £45. I was kind of expecting the be 40, between 40 and 45. So yeah, that's okay. £22 each. It's still cheaper than 2 Carnifexes, put it that way. And then you've got the Europe Warhammer Fest, which I touched upon in the Forge World pre-order section. And then you've got this, I say new bit of scenery. Is it really new? It's definitely going to be made in China, no doubt about that. It has only has a few newer pieces, I think. And I think it's just that sprue there that's probably the new bit. Everything else, all these are existing sprues from the other kit. A little bit disappointed with that. I was expecting something completely new scenery kit instead of just a new sprue bundled in. But oh well, you know, that's the Canicus Sacristan Forge Shrine. And the rules, it doesn't say that the rules come with it at all. It just says that the rules can be found in the Codex Imperial Knight. So again, that might be a bit of a bummer. I can't see why the rules won't be included in it, but you know, the rules are included in the Eldar Webway Gate, so we can only hope. And then the Codex Imperial Knights. Now let's see if it says it in this bit, how many data sheets it has. It doesn't say anywhere. That is really odd that they don't tell you how many data sheets it's got, but oh well. That's the new Codex. Odd that they've got the old picture from the previous Codex on there. Really strange. I was hoping that they'd definitely put the Castellan or the Valiant, maybe that image on there. So that's really strange that they've gone for that, but hey, you know, that's the way they've gone for this 8th edition Codex, and they've had that picture on there before, and to be fair, if they previewed it with the different picture, then people wonder what on earth it was. So they've had that preview picture for the Codex for months and months actually, I think since last year. So that's the Codex, and then you've got all of the other Age of Sigmar things that were up for pre-order last week. You got the Imperial Knights dice. Yeah, I am, you know, I did pre-order these. They look all right. Grey and black aren't the best. I would have definitely preferred more of a brighter silver to coincide with their actual armor, or even maybe gold in there, like black and gold or blue and gold. Look quite boring, to be honest. Not the best readability. My favourite are still one of the Necromunda gang dice. I think probably the purple or the blue ones, and I really like my Adeptus Custodes dice too. So but yeah, quite boring dice, but you know, there you go. So that's the dice for £12.50. Then you get the data cards, £10 there, 29 stratagems. Then the data sheets. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I wonder how many it tells you it's got in here. 11 large format data sheets. Okay. And here they are, look. Might be worth getting those, you know, if you play a lot of games. I'm not going to get them because, well, I'm just not. But £10 for 11. Is that £1 each? You also get punch card tokens. And yeah, 15 tokens for tracking movement, weapon skill and ballistic skill during games. So that is all of your data sheet cards. I do like the fact that they are doing this though. I think it's worth it if you've got an Imperial Knight army only. I think, you know, you can have just your data sheet cards out, and you can just quickly reference them instead of flipping through all the pages of your codex. So that will allow, in theory, faster games, you know, if you don't know all of your stats and things for your Imperial Knights. And it's quite personal as well. I think there's more of a connection too with specific knights if you've got these. But it has 11, So I'm hoping that there are 11 in the codex, including Sir Hector. So Sir Hector might be in here. So yeah, anyway, that's that. And then finally you've got little White Dwarf June 2018. Mine should be coming in the next week, within the next few days, I would have thought. And then you've got the Imperial Knights Battle Gauge. I've pre-ordered this too, so we'll see what this is about, but I think it's just for measuring 6 inches, 3 inches, 2 inches, 1 inch and half an inch. So there you go, but it looks pretty cool, pretty funky. It's only £7, and look, there you go for your consolidation and pile-in moves and things. So that's the battle cage, and that is it for all of the news and the pre-orders for Forge World and Games Workshop. I'm hoping that next week we get Sir Hector, maybe a couple of other things like just the normal armigers as well. Who knows? We'll see. But I'm hoping that we'll get Sir Hector and the standard armigers. So expensive time, expensive month. Adeptus Titanicus, I'd rather that come out in the next 6 months, please, now. But yeah, very expensive time in the hobby, but lovely models, lovely time to be in the hobby right now. And this is finally making up for you know, all of the slowdown in the releases for 40k over the past few months. Anyway, what do you guys think? Have you ordered a Castellan or a Valiant, or both of them, or everything like I have? Please do put it in the comments below. I really hope you enjoy all of the new content coming to the channel all of the next few weeks. I'm going to continue to pump out daily content all throughout June. So I've now been doing daily content since September last year. Very, very obviously tired with it all. I would like to at some point go back to 1 video a week, and you know, the pre-order video. That might happen in July or August, but I'm going to try and continue for as long as I can. Again, thank you ever so much for all of your support, watching the videos every day, leaving comments, liking them. I really do appreciate it. I try and read all of the comments, and again, thank you so much to the patrons that continue to fund this channel and support it. You know, it really helps me out. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.